Man, everyone's hitting the button today. Why is everyone hitting the button today? People normally don't hit the button today. All right? People don't normally hit the button. Lots of buttons. Oh no, ads. I gotta let them roll. Oh wait, I don't have a snooze? Wait, what? Why? Oh, that's so lame. Twitch, what the fuck, man? Oh, that reminds me. I need you all. Let's grab this and that. And then let's do like this. And pin that. So y'all submit questions for Nick on the next episode of the podcast. I actually kind of wonder if anyone has submitted any. I don't know if Nick's shared it with his community or not. I hope he does. Let's refund confirmation. I got like multiple emails all at once. Discord Nitro. Fuck off, Discord. Why am I paying for you? Why am I paying for Nitro? All right, are we good to start talking? Oh wait, app break ends in 30 seconds. How you all doing tonight? How's everyone doing? Doing a Monday stream because of the news that went on. I probably should have done this tomorrow, but I kind of want to get it out and get a video to YouTube. So those of you watching the live stream on YouTube, hi. I switch over here. Okay. Hi, how y'all doing? Just quick start of the stream stuff. Going to take it a little easier this week, and then next week I'm going to take off. Just so I can kind of do a little reset and prep for holiday, and just take a break. Take a little much needed mental break. What happened today though is 9 a.m. they dropped the Game Award nominees. What do you mean, oh no? What do you mean, oh no? I can't take a break? This morning at 9 a.m. they dropped the Game Award nominees. I went ahead and watched it while I was working. So guilty. I watched the Game Award nominees. And so, yeah, you know what? Let's start a local recording. All right, so what are we doing tonight, Brain? We are actually going to go through the Game Award nominees and review how we feel they did, make our predictions as to who's going to win. And we do this every year because I honestly love the Game Awards. Here, let me explain, because I actually hate award shows as a concept, right? As a concept, I think award shows are like they don't do what they're intended to do, and they're so easily corrupted and manipulated by corporate interests, because someone's got to foot the bill, right? That they kind of lose sight of who and what they are. It sucks, and that's the fact of it, right? But I love the Game Awards because Game Awards gives us a bunch of trailers. It gives us something to look forward to. It gives us something to have hope for. It's also a chance for a lot, like the people who come on stage usually are the leadership and CEOs who not all of them deserve to be accepting the award, but like that's one of the things where like, you know, the people who worked on that game, it's a matter of pride, you know, and they get recognized. And I think this year is going to be really divisive because this is probably one of the years where there's not enough AAA showings to merit being in the running, and it kind of shows. So yeah, I do this every year. We go through, we make our predictions. I post a video. Usually I take it down after the Game Awards because it's kind of a moot point. But yeah, we'll watch it live when it happens on December 11th. December 11th, I'll be here live and we'll watch the Game Awards. And yeah, you guys are welcome to follow along and vote as well. It sounds like the site might be having issues. So we're going to do our best. We're going to do our best to go through the nominees. And yeah, kind of start our votes and do everything. And I hope you all tag along. I'll probably make a bingo card again, but I kind of want to find out if there's a way I could like generate a bingo card. Maybe like whoever wins gets a free gift sub or something. You know, if you win, you get a gift sub. So yeah, we're going to start our voting and go through, and we're going to review. Wait, why is it starting at Game of the Year? Crap. Why is it starting at Game of the Year? I thought it would start at the end. Okay, well, I guess we're starting here. This is usually what you do last. What the hell? Okay. Well, this is Game of the Year, which, oh, I gotta sign in. Hold on. I'm seeing that it's telling me to sign in to vote. To vote and save progress, Game Awards. We'll just, oh, wait. I can use my Twitch. Hold on. Let me hit the Twitch button. Mission failed. There was an error signing you in. Oh, please. This is why I decided to record. Because if I run into issues like this, okay, it at least connected to my Twitter, which that part is broken. That part is definitely broken up there. So it's pretty clear the site's having issues. We're going to carry through this the best I can, and then for the VOD, I'll probably cut a lot of this stuff out. Show the best stuff first so everyone can right. So, Game of the Year, the nominees are Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2 On the Beach, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Hades 2, Hollow Knight Silksong, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Now, before we even talk about who's going to win, which of these studios are AAA game studios for Game of the Year? We have Donkey Kong Bonanza, which is Nintendo, and that's kind of it. Like, Kojima does not count, right? Kojima does have a lot of Sony backing, does not count. Even Nintendo is kind of like out of this lineup, like, I don't know, you guys tell me, what do you think? Sony Interactive, but like, that's the thing, is like, it's Kojima, right? Sony doesn't get the input that Nintendo does on Death Stranding, right? They're really just the publisher. They do fund it a lot, but like, you know, it's like, yeah, they throw out the money, right? Of this list, right? I can guarantee you, because I'm also kind of blocking it. Kingdom Come Deliverance, not going to win it. Not going to win it. Like, I don't even know why Kingdom Come Deliverance is up here. If I'm being completely honest, I'm kind of like, why? Who paid for that, right? Hades and Hollow Knight, Death Stranding 2 has that bank, right? But what hype? Right? I doubt it does. Now, Hollow Knight Silksong absolutely moved the needle. And one thing I would argue is that Hades 2... Did Hades 2 actually fully release yet? I can't remember if they did. I mean, it's Hades 2. It's a great game. I don't think it had the same impact as Hades 1. And I would argue that I feel like Silksong hasn't either. Right? Silksong like took over the internet because didn't they drop it? Like they dropped it at Summer Games Fest, right? They just shadow dropped it. 2 is fully released. Okay, thank you. So yeah, so Hades 2 is released, which it's, you know, of course, beautiful game. I haven't played through it yet. I played a little bit of it, just enough to know it's like, okay, yeah, this is a Hades. You know, this is Supergiant Games' first actual sequel to one of their titles, which they've never done. And Hollow Knight Silksong, shout out the boy Bitterbits, who voiced Garmond. I don't know. That's hard to me. If you want my honest to God opinion, I don't think Donkey Kong Bonanza is going to cut it. I love that game. It was a lot of fun, but like it was a one and done, right? I played Donkey Kong Bonanza, put it down, right? And I kind of feel like Silksong being a retro platformer, while it did have the legendary status for all the wrong reasons, mind you, how much did people talk about Silksong after it was out? Either that's a really good and well-behaved community, or like, what is notable about the game? You know, I probably need to play it because I haven't played Hollow Knight itself. I've tried a couple times and I just kind of bounced off it for some reason. Death Stranding 2, I feel like if I was to rate this, right? So there's let's see here. There's 6 titles here. Kingdom Come Deliverance sits, right? In number 5, I would honestly put Death Stranding 2. Because like every bit I've seen of Death Stranding 2, I'm just like, I mean, it's definitely a cinematic game. It's definitely very engrossing, but like the problem with Death Stranding is the gameplay is so isolating that like you kind of have to be ready to devote to it. Maybe at some point I'll be in a position where I can marathon through Death Stranding and Death Stranding 2. Yeah, not it. So I honestly think 5, Death Stranding 2, and slot number 4 would be Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong, great, deserves to be up there. I think slot number 3 would be Hades 2. Because I think Hades 2, while beautiful and magnificent, it's more of the previous game, which is what makes it good. Right? If it's anything like the first, it gets your vote. I honestly think that Hollow Knight Silksong is going to be number 2 because of notoriety alone, and Claire Obscure Expedition 33 is going to get number 1. I think it's going to be going to be tight between Claire Obscure, Death Stranding, and Silksong, just straight up, right? And it's going to be tight, and I think Death Stranding has what it takes to overcome Silksong, but I don't think, like, having played Claire Obscure, I don't think either game is going to beat them. So I really think Claire Obscure 33 is probably the best bet. You know, if you want conspiracy theory, Death Stranding will probably have the money to walk away with it. If you want to like go off of the legend, Hollow Knight. But really, as far as like the game that probably deserves it is Claire Obscure, because also here's the thing. Claire Obscure Expedition 33 has the rabid fan base to push it forward. Right? That's the trick, because this is a viewer voting, right? I don't see the Death Stranding 2 fan base. I don't really see the Silksong fan base, right? You do see the Claire Obscure fan base, even now, right? So it's, yeah, I'm trying with Elias, right? Where Claire Obscure appeals to probably Death Stranding is standout for you. Yeah, I could see that. Like, I think Claire Obscure is, because it was a it was majority of a AAA dev team that split off from their studio to make their own thing. And then they produced this, and they did everything at certain levels to the point where they even got recognition from the French Prime Minister. It's like they took a formula and they innovated on it. That's the trick, right? Death Stranding 2 is more of the same. Hades 2, more of the same. Silksong, more of the same. Donkey Kong Bonanza, kind of just quirky. Kingdom Come Deliverance, what the fuck? This one is the original title. I think it's going to go to Claire Obscure. Claire, well, I mean, I'm going to die on this hill that I think the parry mechanic is dumb. the core mechanic of Claire Obscure, but that's the thing, is like it's so divisive that it actually made people like actively defend it. I honestly think they should have given the parry mechanic the same visual. They should give you the option to turn on a visual indicator the same way that you could with the jump mechanic. I think overall, and you'll probably see this with the other categories, that Claire Obscure is going to be a front runner. Because here we are. Best game direction, right? So we're talking about outstanding creative vision and innovation in the game direction and design. Now, if Hades 2 wasn't Hades 2, if it wasn't a sequel, I would give it to Hades out of all these, right? Because Hades is the most distinctive and creative, right, take on a video game and art style and everything like that. But Hades 2 is just Hades 1. It's Hades 1 art style with different characters and a slight refresh, right? I don't think Hades 2 is it. Split Fiction has Gen AI. Fuck Split Fiction. This Split Fiction should get disqualified. I'm saying it now. The only reason why Split Fiction is in here is because of money, right? I do not think Split Fiction deserves to be there at all, just flat out. Ghost of Yote, we marathon through this game, and constantly we were stopping in the world and just like as you guys were watching it, everyone was just like, whoa. We constantly had moments of like these vistas that were like, beautiful photography, right? Like Ghost of Yote is the most grounded in reality though, right? And Ghost of Yote is, as Elias brings up in chat, is like, it's another sequel. It's a variation of the same, right? And that's kind of the same problem with Death Stranding, where Death Stranding is like almost like, to say it's innovative, to be innovative, I kind of believe more you have to show incremental increase, right? You have to show an actual connection from what you're innovating from, right? Where Death Stranding just kind of takes a leap off the side of the boat. You know what I mean? It just jumps. It's just gone, right? Claire Obscure Expedition 33 is purely a Persona classic JRPG style, pulling from, decades of stuff. So it's actually not that innovative. If I'm to be frank, I think this is another category where Claire Obscure is going to win just because it's fan base alone. I think Death Stranding is just not as interesting because of the location. I haven't seen people be like, whoa, look at this scene. That's also kind of a problem with Ghost of Yote too. Where Ghost of Yote, I haven't seen people be like, whoa. Split Fiction, I am automatically disqualifying it because of the game director's stance on AI. And what was gone on there. I do not want that in here at all. I don't think it deserves it. I think Claire Obscure is going to win, honestly. I want to vote for Ghost of Yote just because I played it and it was something where I didn't finish Ghost of Tsushima. I did finish Ghost of Yote, but I finished Ghost of Yote because of the character and the story, the plot, and what kept me going. The gameplay felt fun. Those moments were just kind of like refreshing breezes that kept you going, pushing, right? I think if Watanabe mode was default on Ghost of Yotei and they actually leaned into that more, I could see Ghost of Yotei winning. Yeah. I think Claire Obscure is going to win out of all these, right? I want to give it to Ghost of Yotei just because like this game actually did grip me with its presentation and everything. So holistically, from like every point of the game, I think Ghost of Yotei should win it. I definitely think Claire Obscure is going to get it. I'd vote for DS2 again, even though it's a sequel. It's still very unique compared to Expedition 33. Just can't give your vote to an EA game. Yeah. This is for me, this is down to a toss up between Claire Obscure, which is Sandfall, and Ghost of Yotei. Right? Ghost of Yotei, Sucker Punch, I think they killed it. The thing that makes me not want to vote for them is the layoffs that happened afterwards. But like that doesn't have anything to do with creative vision and innovation and game direction and design. I think I'm going to give it to Claire Obscure again. Because like when I think game direction and design, right? The design of Claire Obscure Expedition 33 was such a breath of fresh air that it really kind of changed the game. Down to like the outfit designs, the world designs, the creativity done there. And then the game direction was clear throughout, right? But there's places where it falters. I'm going to go with Claire Obscure. I want. Fuck. If this just dies out on me, I'll come back to it. All right, vote now. Oh, come on. Am I going to have to postpone this and we do this in like a few days? I'm going to try like fully refreshing the page. I swear to God. Okay, start voting. Okay, so remember that. And remember that. What do you mean? I'm hitting nets and nothing's happening. View all categories. Maybe I can wait. Best narrative. Okay. That is okay. That fits it. You're voting with me? Okay, good. This is a lot of fun to do. It's also fun to talk it through with you guys because you all have such differences of opinion, which is good because it makes me think more. So, best narrative for outstanding storytelling and narrative development in a game. Are you serious? How the hell is Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 getting back on here? Like, Kingdom Come Deliverance is just yes, my lord. No, that's no. No. I can't vote for a Silent Hill game that was. Oh, so yes, I absolutely agree. Silent Hill F. I think Silent Hill F faltered, right? Because here's the problem I have with Silent Hill F, right? So remember, this is best narrative, storytelling, and narrative development in a game. There's really no character growth in your first playthrough. Until you know what to do to get the other endings, there's really no character growth. And that's kind of the problem is a lot of the people who are like rapidly supporting of Silent Hill F, they went through the game multiple times. They went in to speed run it. They went in and they got all the endings, right? But when I'm questioning whether or not I can continue the game because of how well it's performing, and I am just not interested in the characters and what happens. I mean, I feel like Silent Hill F was just way too predictable as far as the story, because you guys can go back and watch that playthrough I did, where I'm like, oh yeah, I bet the dad is a drunk alcoholic. The dad's a drunk alcoholic. Oh yeah, I bet the sister went crazy and killed everyone at her wedding. You see, I'm honestly considering Silent Hill F and Chronos. I'm honestly considering adding a sub goal to my stream. And so if you guys hit that sub goal, you can pitch a game to make me replay or something like that, right? Like maybe I start at the start of December. If you hit 30 subs within the month, right? And you're just like, I want you to go for that other ending in Silent Hill F. All right. I want you to go for the true ending in Chronos. All right. We're doing it. Right? I'm thinking about that. All because of Silent Hill F and Chronos. We'll notice that Chronos isn't up here. Now, best storytelling and narrative and development in a game. Death Stranding 2, I don't know enough about. I'm going to be honest. It's kind of a problem, right? Where I do not know enough about the story and development. I do know one story beat from early in the game, and I really disagree with it. Like, I really disagree with it. But at the same time, too, Kojima has gone on record of saying that he rewrote Death Stranding 2 multiple times because his predictions were too close to actual reality, right? Which, when I'm playing a game, I'm playing for escapism. Having your story be too close to reality is kind of hurtful right now. You get what I'm saying? Where I'm just like, it might be a really good story. It might not be the one that's going to make me feel good after playing. Where Ghost of Yote did that. Claire Obscure did that. I am neck and neck on those two. Out of all these, Claire Obscure and Ghost of Yote, I am neck and neck. Because Ghost of Yote, I finished. Claire Obscure, I didn't. And I think Claire Obscure, I didn't because I got more frustrated with the late game difficulty. I do love the story, and I think the story is innovative, where Ghost of Yote's story is not. You can argue that Ghost of Yote's story is not super innovative because it is more or less just a revenge story, and it is a little predictable, but there was a twist in it that I didn't predict. Get ready. Oh no. Try refreshing and doing view categories. For some reason that got me past it. Kind of a toss up. Me would rather vote for Expedition 33 because you played it, more invested. I've seen enough of Ghost of Yote to be a close toss up, right? See, that's the thing. Is Ghost of Yote, while not being the most original, it was enough motivation that it actually got me to play through the entire game on stream. Right? Where I had to force myself to finish Silent Hill F and force myself to finish Chronos. Right? I bet you Death Stranding would be the same. Claire Obscure, I still haven't finished it. And the reason why I haven't finished it is really just because I want to do everything and I got too frustrated with it. You know what? Because it's different, I think it's going to, let me be clear. I think the majority vote is going to go to Claire Obscure. And I do love and appreciate their story. Ghost of Yote just resonated with me. It just straight up. Right? Same boat. I just couldn't get myself to finish it. See, like that's the thing. Is like, yeah. For some reason, Ghost of Yote was enough motivation for me to finish it. Best art direction. Can I be real with you guys? I actually don't like the Silksong art direction. I don't like the Hollow Knight art direction. It's still just a platformer, but it's just like I think it's cool. I know, right? I think it's just a little bit lacking texture and substance, right? I think it's because it's very stark contrast. It's super high contrast, darks and whites, places, a lot of, and then where there is colors, they're vibrant and they're very different. You think about this bug world, right? It doesn't hook me. And that might be just a personal thing. And Hades 2, where I love the Hades art style so much, I still think that Hades 2 art style is just Hades 1 art style, right? So there's no technical achievement here, right? And that's kind of the same for Hollow Knight, right? There's no technical achievement. There's nothing new. The art direction of Ghost of Yote is, because it's grounded in realism, I keep going back to those vistas, right? Those massive vistas, to the point of making me hear me out. The reason why I'm even considering Ghost of Yote is those beautiful shots and vistas made me go through the pain of trying to export a screenshot from the PS5. Right? That's how good they are. And that is technical achievement and artistic design and animation. You guys can't see it, but I'm doing the Italian okay hands, right? Shaking my hands. Death Stranding is just too far out. It's very, Death Stranding almost gets like H.R. Giger, right? Like a little bit of that like surrealist going on. I mean, it's so far out there, but to the point where it almost alienates me. I think honestly, oh God! All right. Let me get to it, because I literally have an eye reminder. I think honestly, this goes to Clair Obscur, because they took a huge risk and they have such a reverence for traditional art here. And I think that should be recognized. Art should make you feel those things. How dare you? What up, yeah? We're going through the nominees. I'm going to give it to Clair Obscur. I think Clair Obscur shoves it out. Just barely aims for it, because look at the key art for it. Like seriously, the lighting in there, the way they have the contrast of the characters, but you can still see the details, and there's enough intrigue as to like the direction that they're facing, and they're like, what are they looking at? Why is the one so far away? Why are their weapons like that? You and then you start looking, it's like, wait, is that a woman crouching? It's like the way that kind of builds, right? That I think is what wins this. Is the way it builds mystery and intrigue and draws you into the art piece, right? And that's the problem. That's the thing that I don't think Kojima has, right? I don't think, like, here's the thing. I don't think Kojima and Death Stranding is just weird for weird's sake. It doesn't build mystique, right? And that's what Clair Obscur does. It builds a mystique and you get interested. And like where Ghost of Yote, absolutely beautiful game. It's beautiful for beautiful sake. It's like looking at a beautiful car you'll never be able to afford. It's like you're looking at a beautiful vista of a place you'll never be able to go to. I think Ghost of Yote is a close second. I think Ghost of Yote beats out Death Stranding. But yeah, best score and music. So here's the problem. Ghost of Yote is Toma Ottawa, which it should be Watanabe mode. It should be the Watanabe tracks. And I will die on this hill. I think if Ghost of Yote had doubled down on the Watanabe mode and actually had maybe twisted a little bit of that into the art style too, it would have been a completely different game. I think it would have shocked people, right? Hollow Knight's sister. Wait, this is Christopher Larkin. Why is that name familiar? Darren Korb, amazing artist, absolutely deserves every bit of recognition. If you want like good BGM music, go look up anything from his library. It's all good. It's all solid. That's why they keep calling him back. That's why Supergiant Games keeps calling him. But here's the thing. I do honestly feel like Claire Obscure deserves this because those songs set the instruments on fire. This is like if Darren gets a 90%, this is 120%, right? If Christopher Larkin lands an 85%, this is like 150, right? This is so far beyond from a mostly unknown artist. It's Claire Obscure. It's I'm gonna make a thumbnail out of that. You what? Wait, come back. I need to take a screenshot of that. Wait, no, come back. Where's the 404? I need that. Come back. Yeah, Expedition 33 goes so fucking hard to the point where like even the covers of it are just ridiculous. When someone does a cover, like go out and check out Little V, right? When he does a cover of it and he's in a striped shirt with a beret and a French baguette, but it is going so goddamn hard. Come on. All right, let's try going out here. All right. Oh, wait. We're back in. We're good. Best audio design. Right? Now. No way, Battlefield 6. Go fuck yourself. Get out of here. This was paid for. It's weird. Honestly, I feel like they could have done a lot more. Yeah, it was another situation where the game didn't scare me like it should have, and there's a lot of missed opportunities. There was a few moments to give it credit, because we're talking about audio design, right? So like if you're walking around a corner and you hear something breathing over your shoulder, right? That was kind of the thing I didn't really get from Silent Hill. Audio design, in-game design, I mean, everything is... I honestly think Claire Obscure doesn't get it here. Like, it's better than Battlefield 6, because Battlefield 6 is like, this is so fucking generic. This is the definition of generic, right? Where it's like, oh, you want shooter-dooter game? It's like, oh, you can hear the sound of that gun. Death Stranding on the beach. What did they do that deserves this? I mean, they're coming up with a lot of new sounds for technologies and stuff. Well, you know what? Actually, Zaris, for that reason exactly, I will disagree. Right? Because it was important for the parries, but it wasn't obvious enough. It didn't remind me. It was so hard to catch sometimes, and because it like varied, because we're talking about audio design, sound design, and like I think it could have been better. I think it could have been way better, right? And this is like, the sound of a weapon hitting, and the sound of like, the world around you, and the sound of like, the ambient. Yeah, I can hear you, right? Where it's like Battlefield 6 is like this. I feel like Battlefield 6, you could have taken any shooter-dooter game for generations and do that. Like this is like probably how people learn to do audio design, sound design. Death Stranding on the Beach is probably the weirdest out of this. I really wish a different horror game was here, because audio design and sound design is so important in horror. And when I think about good audio and sound design, I think about Dead Space remake, because that's an advantage. That's like an example of someone who went so far above and beyond to build the world around you in audio design that absolutely deserved it, right? Which kind of makes me think that maybe Ghosts of Yote, because we did feel immersed, right? Like if you ask me who's going to win this category, it's going to be Claire Obscure. It's compared to like Death Stranding and Silent Hill F, it's don't be Clair Obscur, or it's don't be Battlefield 6, depending on how many of the freaking Dupros are actually able to work on the site. I'm going to give it to Joseph Yotek because I wanna recognize that this game was crafted with recognition. You know what? I'm giving it to them for the shamisen, where we kind of joked about it being a weird mechanic, but it was actually something where it gets a little bit into music theory, right? Not actually music theory, but right, but the idea of like coming up with a song and playing a song and musical history, right? That to me, I think is what does it, right? I think that's the element. Best performance. Jesus Christ. Can I just like jump off a building right now? Oh my God. Just look at this. Look at best performance right now. Ben Starr, Clair Obscur Expedition 33, who Ben Starr has been killing it. He's a wonderful human being. Charlie Cox, Clair Obscur Expedition 33, also absolutely killed it. Erika Ishii absolutely killed it. Nailed it. She like, it was one of those things where people didn't realize it was her. And she just killed it, right? But that's one of those things where like sometimes because of the third party like in-engine acting can feel Jennifer English also killed it. Konatsu Kato. I'm sorry. It's not it. However, I think we got our wild card here. Because Troy Baker came in and reproduced Harrison Ford to the point where he got Harrison Ford to sign off. Harrison motherfucking Ford. Wait, I probably need to send. You know what? I can. Yeah, whatever. YouTube, you can deal with it. You can deal with it, right? I straight up vote for. So it's one of those things where if you know Harrison Ford as an actor, you don't realize it's not him. You do not realize it, right? This is hard. This like, all right, let's be objective, right? Jennifer English killed it. Konatsu Kato, she did a good job. Didn't kill it. Charlie Cox killed it. I honestly split this between Ben Starr, Erika Ishii, and Troy Baker, right? Because Erika Ishii's a little bit like, I want to say Erika Ishii is kind of the dark horse, right? Where Erika Ishii is like she's known, but she's not as known for her acting presence between the three. Ben Starr, though, the thing with Ben Starr and his acting is like, he has such a rich, unique sound, and he brings so much to the character that defines it. Here, I need to not block chat. Yeah, I think Troy Baker is down to the point where like you could have Troy Baker go in and now do Han Solo and anything else, and it would be Han Solo. like there's actually an interview with Harrison Ford talking about Troy Baker taking on the role and how he wasn't sure about it and he wanted to do it himself. And then Troy Baker, did a test and he's like, I can't beat that. Harrison Ford. Yeah, I think Troy Baker wins it out. I want to give it to Erika Ishii and Ben Starr. This is a dead split for me, right? If Troy Baker wasn't reproducing Harrison Ford down to the point of like, I didn't know it was Troy Baker, because like, here's the problem with Troy Baker. Here's the problem with Troy Baker. Troy Baker has been the poster child for like video game VO for so long that if they had not said that it was Troy Baker doing in Indiana Jones, people would have probably been much more receptive to him being in it. Which I think they did kind of try to downplay it because they knew, right? He just, I can't get over it. He killed it. He absolutely nailed it. All right. Innovation and accessibility. Regulating software or hardware that pushes the medium forward by adding features, technology, and content to help games be played and enjoyed by a wider audience. this is hard because let me explain. I actually do have training in accessibility. And so I actually do not know what all was included in each of these games. I honestly give zero crap about EA Sports FC. At this point, they're right. South of Midnight, I think the problem, I didn't play South of Midnight, and I feel like I should. The reason why I didn't play South of Midnight was they forced that 24 frame. I think it was actually like 12 frames per second. They did a cinematic frame rate on the individual characters to make it look more claymation, which was a stylistic choice. But in the end, it actually, I feel like it inhibited visibility. So in that sense, I feel like South of Midnight is disqualified for that reason, right? Yeah, it was cool for 10 seconds, awful after, right? So like, why would they get innovation and accessibility, right? Like, sure, maybe they had the ability to turn that off. Sup, Ari, how you doing? So, Dune: The Dark Ages. I know they're pretty robust. I kind of see. I don't know how much Adamfall had, and also Assassin's Creed Shadows. Like there's 2 games on this list I need to play. This is Assassin's Creed Shadows, which I didn't play but I want to play, and South of Midnight just because it's weird. Right? We played Doom: The Dark Ages, and as much as I kind of don't like id Software right now after the whole Mick Gordon fiasco, Doom: The Dark Ages it felt good, it played good. I'm going to give it to Doom just because based off my knowledge of Doom: The Dark Ages and what it does include in it. Here we go again. It's not responding. You like how it does. Games for Impact. Wait, this is good. Hold on. I need this. Hold on. Hold on. I'm taking a screenshot of this so I can save it for later and maybe use it in the thumbnail. Hold on. I think this is kind of like more evidence of how divisive this is right now, and probably why they dropped this at 9 a.m. to try to give themselves a full day to try to mitigate. I'm a little worried that this is a sign that someone's trying to bot it. So, view all categories, games for Impact, you've reached the edge. Oh, wait. It put me back into Game of the Year. Okay, we're back on Games for Impact. Okay. This is one of those categories. Every time it comes up, the games in it, I don't play. Right? Thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning or message, right? The idea is that it's supposed to expose people to other cultures. It's supposed to expose people to other ways of thought, in ways that are probably more interesting. The problem I have with Lost Record, let's start there. The problem I have with Lost Record, it's pretty much all, it's all rose-tinted glasses. Dispalote, I have zero knowledge on it, right? Consumi, also zero knowledge. Wandersop, zero knowledge. Absolutely. Wait, is this the Tea House one? I think this is the Tea House one. Hold on. Let's see this. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to pull up trailers for each of these. Let me pull up trailers for each of these. Consume me trailer. Right. I'm going to pull up trailers for each of these quickly. Despelote trailer. And I'll probably cut this out of the VOD, right? Lost Red. Do we have? We'll skip Lost Record because that's going to be DMCA hell. Wander Stop. Now we've all seen South of Midnight at some point. Where did that one out? All right, hold on. All right. Despelote. Let's watch its trailer, right? For the publisher who brought so already well wait, this is from the same people of Untitled Goose Game? Oh, this looks like dog shit. Oh my god, this looks like dog shit. I'm sorry. Wait a minute, is that a Doom run? So is this about just being a kid? Where are you going, Mom? Why am I going to a new family? Okay, don't move or I'll get angry. Okay, so negligent parents. Wait, are you eating? This looks like. I'm gonna be honest. This looks terrible. Next. All right. Consume me. How's this? I don't know. That's if this is the tea shop game, I think it is. It's going to this. It looks like a fat shaming game, which I'm just like, no.
I'm not meant to be here.
Oh my god, this is what I think it is. Yeah, it's going to this.
To be in the arena, in combat.
This game is one of the ones I've wanted to play, but I never got around to it.
Tea shop. So, what does running a tea shop involve? Well, there's a lot of gardening, and I've had to get used to the pretty unique tea machine they've got here. None of these tasks are all that hard, they just take patience.
Yeah, the trailer wasn't hitting.
But I'm surviving. Of course, I have to actually serve the tea to our customers. And once that's done...
This is cute.
The guy who owns the shop, to see if my help is needed anywhere.
This honestly has the build that
Sometimes I'll just sit on a bench and do absolutely nothing. It's
God,
not fighting.
what was that game?
It's peaceful.
The one where you're the ferry boat and you have a bunch of animals with you, and
Good.
it's about dealing with death, and it made me cry.
Now. I can stop.
This has a little bit of that vibe,
I can stop.
where this is really about dealing with PTSD.
I need to enjoy this.
Spiritfarer.
Good. I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm happy.
Yeah, this definitely has the Spiritfarer vibe, right? I think it's going here. Wander Stop. I think this is the game we vote for, right? Coming in 2024. Wait a minute. Wait. When did it release? Uh-oh. Wait. When did it release? Wait. Did it not release in 2024? Oh no. Okay, no. It didn't release until 2025. Okay. I think this is probably the most gains for impact, simply because it deals with a very dark topic that I think a lot of people will resonate more with. Simply because, like, South of Midnight does tell a very interesting perspective. I just don't think they did it well. I just don't think they did it well. That's the problem. Yeah, and the other ones I feel like also I can't get what their message is aside from like cultural significance, and I don't think they're doing it well either. Jeffrey, we've done, how many years have we done this, Jeffrey? How many years? Who'd you hire this year? Listen, Jeffrey, you have Apple on the board. Apple joined the board this year, okay? If you don't have enough money and you have these issues, go talk to Apple. Oh my God. Nominees, start voting. View all the categories, best ongoing. You know who we're not going to see in best ongoing? Amazon Games. Come on, dude. Here, let me try refreshing it real quick. Okay, we got back in. We got back in. Marvel Rivals doesn't deserve it. NCSoft has been laying off studios and like cutting budgets, and they're just kind of going on wherever they want with it. But Marvel Rivals doesn't deserve it. Helldivers 2, I'm going to say no, because I feel like they haven't done enough. I'll be honest, Fortnite lost me. I haven't been interested in playing Fortnite after the Star Wars update. And I hate to say it, I feel like Final Fantasy 14 slipped. After Yoshi P started focusing on like other games and stuff, I feel like 14 has slipped. I feel like 14 has forgot what brought it back from the brink. You know? And there was the whole issue with like Final Fantasy 14 banning modders, and now they're like trying to like get back in everyone's favor by unlocking limitations. There's still the stupid housing thing. I think No Man's Sky is honestly doing it, because No Man's Sky has definitely been the return from the brink story, where they've learned from their mistake and they're honestly still doing stuff that kind of matters. It's No Man's Sky. Again already? Come on, Jeff. Help me out here, Jeff. Jeff, help me help you. Help me to help you. All right. View all categories. It didn't take my. We've gone too far for me to stop and do this another day. Except for the Big Boy Awards. Yeah. Well, that's the thing, is like I know those categories are the hardest ones right now. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. We're going to give you a little refresh. All right. Okay. We're going to give you a little refresh. Give you a little pat. All right. We're going to try Control Shift R, which sometimes is a soft cache clear. A hard refresh. Come on. But you don't vote for Blueprints. All right. We definitely voted for No Man's Sky. Best community support. I didn't even touch anything. Oh my God, Jeff. What the fuck, man? Here, can I go nominees, view all categories, best community support? Okay. I honestly feel like Baldur's Gate has been interactive, but I thought Baldur's Gate like actually stopped doing stuff. We'll just give it to No Man's Sky again. Oh my God. Oh my God. Jeff, what the hell, man? Dude, what the hell? Best independent game. What the hell is Ballet's Pit? My name is Jeff. What the hell is Ballet's Pit? I've never heard of this game. Okay. Absalom is good. I love their art style. I love their soundtrack. I do feel like beat 'em up as a genre suffers a lot. Hades 2, Supergiant. Here's the thing, which we're in a predicament here, because we essentially have games here which I would classify as AA, and then we have true independent here, right? Where Ballet's Pit is Devolver, right? But Devolver is kind of in that AA category. Same thing with Dotemu, right? Which is Absalom, right? They're kind of in that AA range. Raw Fury as a publisher, yeah. But Dodu Bomb, who does blueprints, is like straight out of the blue. Sandfall Interactive, and here's the problem. Sandfall Interactive was made from the people who left a AAA studio. So it's basically a AAA studio without the AAA studio budget, which, based on how the game turned out, they could have easily got the budget that they needed. Hades 2, Supergiant Games. Supergiant Games is definitely a AA studio at this point. And Team Cherry is true indie, right? So if you go for best independent game, most likely this is going to be between Claire Obscure and Siltson, but I have to give it to Blueprints because I think they are the absolute upset. The problem is not enough people play Blueprints. Because Blueprints showed up at a Sony event. Here's the problem with Blueprints. They showed up at a Sony event. They were true indie, but they got connected with Raw Fury, and Sony kind of funded them, which made them look like they were one of Sony's indie game ventures, which they still might be, right? But they were true indie out of all these, right? Claire Obscure as an indie, yeah, it kills the rest. Siltson, close second. Like if you want my honest to God opinion, as far as like tier list of this, Claire Obscure is the S rank, Siltson is the A, Hades is the B, right? I think then it's just Blueprints, Absalom, Ball Pit. But I'm going to give it to Blueprints because I feel like Blueprints did something that the other, I feel like Blueprints was a masterpiece because it captured the elements that of like previous like Myst games had, like your point and click adventure games, but like it was to the point where whenever someone else was playing this game and I was playing this game and we talked about playing this game, not only were we all having completely different experiences, but then whenever our experiences did overlap, it was literally it became an ARG. It just straight up became an ARG, which none of the other games have done, right? None of the games on this list has done that. Yeah, it was to the point where they literally ended up eventually selling a notebook. They recommend in the game using a notebook. They're like, hey, you should probably take notes. It's like, what in this era? Who does that? Okay, no, this best debut game created by a new independent studio, which this is the same problem, where it's Claire Obscure and Blueprints. Oh, and here's the problem. Dispatch is going to take it. Because Dispatch is the freshest out of this. It got to a point with Dispatch. Dispatch has been literally this past weekend. I haven't played Dispatch. I don't think I'm going to play Dispatch because it got to the point of where I could not look at Twitch without seeing a Dispatch stream. Like, everyone was streaming Dispatch. Right? I honestly, you know, just because we think Claire Obscure is going to get it. Dispatch is probably going to surprise everyone. I'm going to give it to Blueprints because I think Blueprints deserves the recognition. So I think it's going to be Claire Obscure. There's a chance Dispatch might surprise everyone. But Blueprints, I really want them to get the recognition. Even if they don't win it, I think the problem is if Blueprints, if they show metrics at all to the studios, I want Blueprints to see that, yes, people recognize them. You know, best mobile game, Destiny Rising, NetEase does not deserve shit. I'm going to be blunt. Same thing with, I'm sorry, Sega on Persona 5. Like, no. Anyways, wait, why is that not Atlas? No, get that out of here. Sonic Rumble, which I haven't played. A lot of people said good things about. I have no idea. Wuthering Waves, it's another Genshin knockoff. It's literally, I'm so done with these knockoffs at this point. And then I have a problem with Uma Musume. So Uma Musume is not a new mobile game. It's just new to the Western market. So it's actually not a new game. It's actually been out for a while. And so it coming over is like, it did have, out of this list, it's going to be between Uma Musume and Wuthering Waves. Uma Musume is kind of just a gacha. Right? And kind of a very shallow one at that. The Wuthering Waves fan base are like rabid and trying to justify themselves. I'm going to give it to Sonic Rumble because I'm doing it for the homies. I'm doing it to Sonic Rumble for the homies. Y'all hear me? I'm doing it for the homies. Best VR AR. Why the hell is Marvel's Deadpool VR in here? Ghost Town. Like, these two I've never seen. The Midnight Walk we played, and it felt like more like, the cool thing about the Midnight Walk is that it was actually claymation. Get out of my head. No, it's because I'm using logical reason, and I'm giving you guys my explanation. The Midnight Walk is really cool because it's actually claymation, which is really, 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 really neat. Except it bored me to tears because it was designed with VR in mind. I think designing the Midnight Walk with VR in mind actually kind of killed the game. What is Ghost Town? Let's pull up a trailer of Ghost Town in Arcane Age. Right? Deadpool is not the end. I'm sorry. If it wins, it's because people recognize it. Ghost Town VR. Oh, it's a MetaQuest game. Oh, weird. Oh, here's game trailers. And then Arcane Age VR. What the hell is this? I've never seen this. Right? What are we looking at? What are we looking at? I'm sorry. that the long net thing just like, huh? Is it just like a weird Turok? It totally is. No, this ain't it. This ain't it, Chief. I can't. I was Ghost Town. This ain't it, Chief. Fireproof Games. What have they made? Okay. Right. For a VR game, it doesn't look terrible. Oh no, now it looks terrible.
For a few more days. Sorry about the mess. It'll be worth it though, I promise.
Why are VR trailers always looking like Dit by Butt?
You should have seen it.
I feel like horror VR is like honestly untapped. Horror VR is such untapped potential.
Okay, so what now?
I'm gonna go check it out.
She's watching you. This trailer sucks.
Yeah, there's definitely something down here.
Okay.
Adam?
Adam, please.
This is
Okay.
weird.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know.
I'll get you out of this.
Because they're too good.
Somehow.
Like, that didn't grip me into the game. I was kind of like, meh. I think out of all these, it's a toss-up between probably Alien Road Insurgent, because I've seen a little bit. It's not bad. I'm going to give it to The Midnight Walk because it's at least innovative. You know, and we did play it. Yeah, I'm glad I'm recording this because I'm going to go back through and all these moments where I go through and like try to reload it. I'm just going like, I'm going to put on a VCR effect. Which I do know how to do. Okay, best VR AR. The Midnight Walk. You've reached the end. Turn back, Jack Sparrow. I do want to do some VR stuff, but I think it's definitely going to come down to if I can get a frame VR and probably get a 3D model. I want to do what Lena Lazar does with VR, where she has her 3D model on screen so you guys can see it. Yeah, that's the frame VR. That's the thing I want. And when it's available, I'll probably put it on my throne, but it'll just come down to like when it's available. At this point, like, yeah, it's a more modular headset, which is good. About now. Most streamers would have given up by now. But if I'm being real. Come on. Come on. Come on. Okay, wait. Best action game. Oh, thank God it loaded. See, here's the thing. The creator of Ninja Gaiden passed away this year. So, like, I feel like Ninja Gaiden's on here because of that. I haven't played. I don't have enough knowledge on it. Battlefield 6, get out of here. We did play Doom the Dark Ages. I feel like Doom the Dark Ages is a lot of Doom returning to proper form. So I'm going to give it to Doom. Just because Shinobu as an action game, I don't feel like Shinobu gets it because it's actually an action. It's a platformer. I don't think it classifies as an action game. Battlefield 6, you know, it's an FPS. It's not an action game. It's an FPS. Get out of here. Hades is actually a top-down isometric. I don't think it counts as an action game. I don't think it counts. So it's really between Ninja Gaiden and Doom. And so, like, I played Doom. I know it's good. I'd feel confident. I'm like literally fidgeting in my chair because Indiana Jones and the Great Circle was an absolute treat and surprise. I feel like the ending was a little rushed. Ghosts of Yote, though, absolutely. Like, if you want to talk about an adventure, right? Constantly while I was playing Ghosts of Yote, and this is something that I'm positive Death Stranding 2 doesn't have. I am positive Death Stranding 2 doesn't have. When I was playing Ghosts of Yote, it was constantly a moment of like, hey, there's a part of the map I haven't unveiled. I should go look there. And I go look there and I find something. To me, that is like an essential that most action adventure games get wrong. And there's a lot of times with Indiana Jones and the Great Circle where there was a lot of exploration and fun and interesting moments, but there was like a few times where we were like, all right, where am I supposed to go? How am I supposed to go back after this? Ghost of Yote was a treat all the way through, so I'm giving it to Ghost of Yote. How dare you challenge me? I'm cutting all this out. That's what I'm going to do for the rest of the night after we're done with this. I'm going to cut all these moments out of me doing this. Probably what I'll do is I'll make one of those screens of like the technical difficulties. I should do that. And I'll just put like lobby music in. It's like nee. All right. Back to best RPG. I mean, Clair Obscur literally is an RPG. This is the first moment. Poor Monster Hunter Wilds. So here's the thing: Monster Hunter Wilds was a lot of fun. I don't know why so many people dropped off of it. Why did so many people drop off of Monster Hunter Wilds? Outer Worlds 2, who gives a shit? I mean, some people care about it, but it's like, I feel like the problem with Outer Worlds 2 is at spots, right? I know Obsidian makes good games, but Outer Wilds didn't do it for me. And now that Spots is being more Spots, I don't want to give it to Outer Wilds. I just don't. Same with Avowed, right? Those two titles, Obsidian Entertainment being connected to Spots Game Studios is killing it. Full out, right? Any studio connected to Spots Game Studios for this next year, you guys need to cut them loose. This is pretty obvious. Clair Obscur gets it because they're just the best RPG. I have so many words about this. Okay. First of all, Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection is running like absolute dog shit. It does not deserve to be up here. It is a trash fire. It does not deserve to be up here. Fatal Fury City of Wolves. The problem with Fatal Fury City of Wolves is SNK got involved with, I want to say, Saudi Arabia. I can't remember exactly who it was, but it was a foreign investor that basically is how CR7 got involved. If you don't know who CR7 is, Cristiano Ronaldo, kind of a dog shit human being at this point. It did have the DJ Giovanni, I forget his name. He's actually kind of a cool dude, which sucks that he got associated with that, right? But like he was kind of the saving grace. They really should not have put CR7 in Fatal Fury City of Wolves. They really shouldn't have. That would have made me vote for Fatal Fury, right? Capcom Fighting Collection 2. They're doing a really good job with these fighting collections. But I think I had the same problem last year with Capcom Fighting Collection, which had Marvel vs. Capcom, that it's not a new game. It's a fighting collection. This kind of shows the state of fighting games right now, where fighting games are not doing good. They are not doing good because there's no Tekken up here. There's no Street Fighter up here. There's nothing new. Virtua Fighter 5. And then I feel like 2XKO is probably going to win this, but 2XKO is Riot, and 2XKO is actually technically not released, right? 2XKO is technically in a soft beta where they're still working on it, developing it. and it's technically not released now. And I've played enough of 2XTO to know that I'm just like, this has Riot intervention all over it, where I don't think they want to release it yet. But Riot's just like, you need to make money, you know? I don't like any of these options, just straight up. I think this is just, they should have passed on putting best fighting game, which is funny because they say best fighting. They at least didn't put, last year they put some bullshit in there that wasn't even a fighting game. I'll give it to 2SKO because they're trying. I don't think they deserve it. Ooh. Best game appropriate for family play, irrespective of genre or platform. So, this is interesting. I'm not giving it to Split Fiction. Go fuck yourself, Split Fiction. When I see this category, I always go to what game would I play with my niece, right? Or what game would I play at Thanksgiving, right? Which to me is a split between Donkey Kong Bonanza and Sonic Racing Crossworlds. Now, the only reason why I'm hesitant to give it to Sonic Racing Crossworlds is because Sonic Racing Crossworlds is actually hard. It's actually got some skill to it. Mario Kart is much easier, but I don't like the open world aspect, and I feel like they didn't innovate anywhere. You know? Like, Mario Kart is just still Mario Kart. I feel like there's nothing fresh to it, which is why it kind of fizzles out so quickly. Lego Voyagers, I've seen enough of it to be like, it feels like a cash out. It feels like a cash grab. Same with Lego Party. Lego Party is just Mario Party with Legos. You know, these are cash grabs. Mario Kart World needed something more. Sonic Racing Crossworlds had it. Donkey Kong Bonanza we played all the way through, and I could literally see myself giving a controller to my niece and letting her control the girl. And I've actually seen how that gameplay works. I'm just like, she would love that. That would be a good one-on-one moment of like just great. Just great. Best sim strategy. Oh my god. Okay, so here's the thing. Final Fantasy Tactics, the Valhalla Chronicles probably should win this. But Sony literally just laid off a bunch of their international staff. Or not Sony, but Square Enix. To focus on their core corporation. It's the same bullshit that's been happening for the same couple of years. It's absolutely bullshit reason. I mean, it's Final Fantasy Tactics. They killed it. But it's still Final Fantasy Tactics. So they basically they literally rebuilt a game that they had thrown in the trash. Which I want to give it to them, but like, Tempest Rising, I have no idea what that is. Sid Meier's is Sid Meier's. Jurassic World Evo 3. It's a park sim, 2-point museum. Yeah. The Altars. I've been wanting to play The Altars on stream, and I've been afraid to do it because of the AI debacle. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm scared to play it on stream because I'm afraid that someone's going to get mad at me because they left in AI art placeholders accidentally. And I've been wanting to play it, but I'm scared that everyone's going to be like, hypocrite. I want to send a message to Square Enix and be like, those layoffs, fuck you, but I know they won't get the message. I think Altars is the most innovative sim strategy on this list. So we're giving it to the Altars. They should thank you if they win. Come on. Let me in. Start voting. No. Best sports racing? Get out of here. Look how bad it is right now. Look at this. Game of the year. Okay, wait. This worked last time. Okay, best sports racing. This is hands down Sonic Racing Crossworld. Because Sonic Racing Crossworld is what Mario Kart World should have been. It's just straight up. It's fun. The online play has been kind of rough, right? But like there's some meaningful choices in your parts. But they're more like towards what's your play style, how you want. There's a lot of customization. There's a lot of characters. There's a lot of like fun music, collaborations. Like they basically Sonic Racing Crossworlds, they looked at what Smash Brothers did and like, yeah, let's do that, but Sonic. And they've killed it. And they have absolutely killed it every step. There should be no debate here, right? The rest of these, there's no debate, right? If you've played Sonic Racing Crossworlds, you know there's no debate. They've earned it. Best multiplayer: Arc Raiders, Battlefield 6, Elden Ring, Night Rain, Peak. I'm surprised Peak got on here. I honestly think Peak doesn't deserve it, right? And you might be like, "Oh, but you were playing Peak earlier. You played Peak." Hey, shut up. Hey, shut up. Here's the thing with Peak. Peak was resistant to make accessibility changes. And there's a little bit of a discourse that was going on where it's like, I myself got motion sick playing it because of the way the head bubble worked and everything. And the devs were resistant to making the change. And they eventually caved because they more or less had to. Peak also did this thing that a lot of people were like, haha, that's cute, where they actually left in a way for them to talk to streamers via Bing Bong, right? So they could find out, it's like, oh, this person's streaming. Let's find out what their account is, find their Bing Bong, and they started talking to people live on stream. I know that's cute for marketing. I know that creates some moments. People yes and it. That to me feels like a huge invasion of privacy and like just like crossing a line that should not be done is not cool. I feel like that's not cool at all. And I don't think Pete deserves that. Right. Elden Ring Night Rain. I've played it. It's okay. It's not a Souls. Here's the thing is you can't look at Elden Ring Night Rain as a Soulsborne game. It's not a Soulsborne game. It doesn't have the same story. It doesn't have the same gameplay. It's just like it's like a mishmash of like if you threw it's literally if you took Dark Souls and Elden Ring and you throw them in a blender with a monster, right? You crack open a monster, you pour that in, you blend it all together. That's Elden Ring Night Rain. Is it good? No. Is it gonna scratch the itch? Yeah, a little bit. Arc Raiders, I've talked at length about how I don't like their AI VO, generative AI VO, and how even though they have consent from the voice actors, I feel like that's a slippery slope that is not acceptable. I don't think that's acceptable. And the overall aesthetic is meh. I think Arc Raiders is probably going to win this because of that reason alone. I don't like the aesthetic. I played it for like 30 minutes and refunded it because it just wasn't fun. I don't like stretch and shooters. This one is moot to me, so whatever. Night Rain. That category is such best adaptation. Why is the Minecraft movie on here? Why is Until Dawn on here? What is this? Guys, what the hell is this? The Minecraft movie was dog shit. Devil May Cry was dog shit. Who cares about Splinter Cell? Old men in their 30s and 40s. The Last of Us. God, fuck off. The only reason why I'm looking at The Last of Us is because of Pedro Pascal. It's not even the first season, it's season 2. Are they don't remaster season 1 and then remaster season 2? Are they don't remaster The Last of Us too? And then Until Dawn, Jesus Christ, God, no. I'll give it to Devil May Cry because it's funny. I don't think any of those deserved it. I think that's everything taking a step back from actual proper game, and that all those are a huge step back to the era of like game and movie adaptations that do not fit. Most anticipated game. Oh, this is such a weird category. It's doing it again. Gosh. It's doing it again. Okay, most anticipated game. Oh, this is easy for me. Oh, this is easy for me. So here's the thing. I know everyone is afraid to go against Grand Theft Auto 6, but I actually do not think Grand Theft Auto 6 has the hype that it deserves. Right? I think a lot of like business types are afraid to go up against Grand Theft Auto, and I don't see the same fervor from the audience. You know what I mean? 007, it's kind of like it's not living up to it. Marvel's Wolverine, I was so hyped for that, and then I saw the way they cast the actor. Insomniac Games, you gotta rethink that. It's not too late. You gotta rethink that. It's not Wolverine. I know I'm not alone in this, and like I feel like this is going to come out and flop. I have a bad feeling that because it's just he feels so alienating. He doesn't feel like Wolverine, you know, from like a comic perspective, from like movie shows, anything. It's like there's a very definitive Wolverine sound and look and feel. That ain't it. That ain't it. It's not Wolverine. He does not feel right. I think you've made a huge mistake. Resident Evil Requiem, everything I've seen, I'm going to love this game. I'm going to take a week off of work to play this game. It's just straight up. And then Witcher, I'm sorry. I hate this category. I hate this category with a fervor. I hate this category so much because there's so many people who deserve to be up here who are not, you know? And like, who the fuck is the burnt peanut? Or Sakura Miko? I don't know who that is. And I follow VTubers. Who is that? And K-Drill is just, yeah. If anything, I think Moist Critical should get this only because he turned off his donations. He turned off any way to donate and contribute money to him because he's like, I don't need it. Go do something else with your money. I don't see any of these other people doing stuff like that. Charlie gets it. Best esports game. Esports is in a bad place right now, and this is like just more example of that because they're showing Dota 2 and Counter-Strike. What the fuck is Counter-Strike still relevant? League of Legends, Mobile Legends, Valorant, all these suck. These all suck. Esports is suffering right now. Fine, we'll give it to League of Legends. I don't care. That category sucks. Best esports athlete. Here's the thing. All these kind of suck too. I want to give it to Kakaru because he's at least has some tact. I don't like Menard because he's shown Brazilian machismo, which I don't think is acceptable, right? For an athlete. If an athlete has to show a certain level of decorum and you want esports to be more reputable so that it gets more sponsors, I think Menard is not doing a good job of that. The rest of them are just like generic. I'm giving it a Kakaru. I'm giving it to him. Yeah, I actually have an actual opinion on that category for reasons. Start voting. View all categories. Okay, best esports team. 404 esports is dead. Come on, let me do this so we can run through this. Dude, can I be real? Jeff, you need to come out and apologize for this. This is embarrassing. Like, yeah, websites can be slammed, right? But the fact that it's hobbling along, that's the thing that's just like, oh, come on, dudes. Come on. Right? Okay, best esports scene: Vitality, Liquid, PH, Falcons, Energy. All these kind of suck. Genji is. I have opinions on all these teams, and I don't like any of them. This really doesn't matter. This whole section does not matter. Well. Sure, why not? We'll give it to Team Liquid. Sure, I don't care. What? Okay. Can I at least run through my pits or not? I want to run through it again. Can I download my vote card? Or is that going to do anything? I don't think that did anything. Did that do anything? I did download my vote card, and I don't think that did anything. I mean, okay, so game of the year, we gave Claire Obscure. Best game direction, Claire Obscure. Best narrative, I'm giving to Ghost of Yote. Best art direction, Claire Obscure. Best score, Claire Obscure. Best audio design, Ghost of Yote. Best performance. Oh, what the fuck? All right. Hold on. It eventually caught up. Let me see if I can like embiggen this. The fuck is this? What the hell is this? Where's all the assets on this? This is broken. This is absolutely broken, guys. Yeah, this sucks. This absolutely sucks. Guys, what the fuck, man? Innovation and accessibility. This was kind of a moot one, but we gave it to Doom. Games for Impact. This was the Wonder T. This is the T1. Best ongoing, No Man's Sky. Best community support, No Man's Sky. Best independent, we're giving it to Blueprints. Best debut indie, we're giving it to Blueprints, even though it's probably going to be Claire Obscure. Yeah, nice use of vision. Best mobile game, we're giving it to Sonic Rumble. Best VR AR, we're giving it a Midnight Walk. Honestly, I feel like. All right, let's talk about this because the rest of these are kind of dead and done. Here's the thing. Content Creator of the Year should probably not be part of this anymore. I feel like this is because there's the Streamer Awards. Content Creator of the Year should only be here if there are content creators who are actively doing something to impact the space. Which the only person on that list who was doing anything positive in the space was Moist Riddle, right? I feel like it's just disgusting. The category, I'd just get rid of it. Best esports, I feel the same for each of these. There's nothing innovative here. There's nothing worth nominating or awarding here. Esports should have taken a break this year. Same thing for best adaptation. Best adaptation sucks. Most anticipated is a fun category. Multiplayer, I feel like there should have been more on here. There should have been more better options. Kind of same for best fighting game. We're in a drought. Let's be honest. We're in a bad space with fighting games because like the game industry as a whole has been suffering for like the last 3 years, and fighting games are already niche as it is. So like, it's just how it is. It just kind of sucks. VR AR, I feel like is a really shitty category. I feel like there's nothing valuable coming from that. Kind of same for best mobile game, because mobile game practices are so predatory that none of these offerings felt good. I think that's it. I think this is kind of it. This is the year of the indie games. You know, I feel like we're going to see Clair Obscur take a lot of titles. You know, we'll just have to see what they have to offer on December 11th. That's it. That's me going through my nominees. I'm gonna make a video out of this, and I hope you all come to watch it. And that'll be over on YouTube. So for YouTube, appreciate a like, favorite, subs. See you on Twitch December 11th for the Game Awards, and we watch it every year. And I usually am talking with chat and everything. And if any of my friends who are streamers want to hop in and talk the shit while we do it, you're all welcome to jump in, because it's so much more fun to do it with friends. I'm gonna stop the video here. See you next time. And yeah, that took 2 hours. I wanted that to take I wanted that to be 30 minutes. What do you all think? Honestly, you know what I should have put in that video? Screw it. I'll put it in the comments or something, but like, here's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to post my predictions. Actually, no. Yeah, I'm not going to post my predictions. Here's what I'm going to do. When I put the video up, I'm going to post the question to y'all to tell me what your predictions are, and I want you to respond in the video. So that way YouTube will be like, this will be good. That'll help me out a lot. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to go make a video out of that. I'm going to go cut that down, get that loaded. And then as soon as it's done, I will put it live. And I will ask you guys to do that. And I will be back on. Actually, when am I going to be back? I will be streaming Thursday. Yes. So Thursday, I'm going to start the Lawn Dark. If I feel restless the next 2 days and I really want to stream, we'll probably start the Lawn Dark. I put Absalom on Friday, and then this Saturday is Bitter Bits, so we'll do that. So yeah, I'm gonna call it here because I need to go edit that and give myself a little more of a break. I hope you all have a good night. Let's take a look. I could throw you guys a Caleb. Yeah, let's throw you a Caleb, who's doing Pokemon Crystal. Y'all have fun with that. And I will be back Thursday or sooner. Where y'all go have fun with that. Have a good night. Bye. Where is Caleb? I hate this raid function. Where are you? There he is. Go get him.